I'm Halie Pygott. I'm 17 years old. I love drawing. I have this particular portrait I've done of my grandmother that I'm very proud of. I've come to understand what I went through like what my parents have told me and what the doctors have told me, because at my yearly appointment they kind of do a run through, and it's still hard for me to accept that it was me at the time.
I'm Jennifer Pygott. My husband Jason, and we have 4 beautiful kids. They're 25, 22, 20, and 17.
Halie is now a senior in high school here in Tulsa. And then we have 2 kids that are attending OU, and then one that's about to graduate from Texas A&M.
She was funny. She was pretty spicy. I think that's what really helped us to see so clearly when she did get sick, is she was just very active and just a lot of personality.
It was back in 2010. We were coming back from a cruise, and she just wasn't quite acting right, but kids get sick and she's legs hurt, and you think, oh, it's just growing pains, and so she's just tired and more lethargic.
Just not herself at all. Went from this energetic, fun child to just wanting to lay in bed all day. And we had been to the emergency room, we had been to the pediatrician, we had been to an ENT, and everyone just told us oh, she needs another round of steroids, and they sent us home.
But it wouldn't go away, and then the doctor eventually brought us in and wanted to do a CAT scan on her and potentially do a biopsy on it. Doctor eventually brought us back, and he sat us down and said, your daughter has stage 4 cancer.
It's neuroblastoma, and it is metastasized. I remember just breaking down, and he was like, you need to go to Texas Children's to the emergency room. And I remember we went to Target on the way, because they were like, don't go home, just go straight to the hospital. And we went to Target and we're buying all these clothes, blankets, toys, you just don't even know how to prepare for something like this.
We're fortunate to have our family come in and take care of our other kids, but it was emotionally overwhelming, and you just you can't comprehend it.
Hey Chloe, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So I just wanted to ask a few questions about my cancer journey, because I don't really remember, so I was hoping you could fill a few potholes. Do you remember when I was diagnosed? What was that time like for you?
It was definitely an experience that brought us together. You were gone to the hospital a lot. Mom and Dad were there with you a lot, and so we would be with Nana, and I just know Alex, Kyle, and I had a lot of fears and a lot of worry, and we missed you a lot, and so it was a weird dynamic. Looking back, I wish you could have known how much we wanted to be there with you all the time, and that so much of it we just couldn't be, and it wasn't a choice of ours.
I wasn't expecting a lot of the answers, honestly. It gave me a new perspective a little bit, just because I didn't understand that she was confused during the time. She didn't know what was going on, and I guess I just always assumed that they just knew everything, but they didn't. I do have some long-term effects, such as hearing loss. I have to wear hearing aids. I can't hear high-pitched sounds or certain letters. That's kind of affected me, especially in school. I try to keep up as well as I can, and I put in extra work too.
For her, it's hard because she's facing the consequences of something she barely remembers happening. So I think it's made her stronger in a lot of ways, and it's made her very close to her siblings.
We started in a situation where we felt there was no hope. If you think of everything and too far ahead, it can just become overwhelming. That's the thing that I think helped us get through the hard time the most, is just taking it small steps and one day at a time.
We were a prime example of, she had less than 10% survival rate. She had tumors all over her body and her bones, and she's doing amazing. When we were first explaining it to her when she was young, our doctor said every phase in her life, her being a cancer survivor is going to mean something different. She was young, it was tell me stories about when we were in the hospital, and tell me this, tell me about that. And she just was very curious. It never stops affecting her, so she's never not learning and growing from her experiences.
One of the most difficult times for us was when she was getting her immunotherapy. She got through most of it, and that's one of the things that Sky High is now supporting at Texas Children's, is helping build and support that immunotherapy treatment program. And Halie is the first child to have taken that and actually overcome her cancer and be here today.
When Halie was going through it, it's 14 years ago. Now it's a lot better than it was then. And so it's just, if you don't have the research and the funding, nothing's going to change.
I first met Brittany when I was working with Anadarko, and we had some assets in the Eagleford, and they had a South Texas shoot. Our company was a big sponsor, a great organization, and I just remember we had the pins or numbers on our back were just pictures of kids that were going through treatments, and it really resonated with me at that time. I eventually changed jobs and moved to Oklahoma, and there weren't any events in Oklahoma. But 4 years ago, Brittany reached back out and said, we're coming to Tulsa, we'd love to help you. And so that's when we really started partnering with Sky High. And when I came to the company, I asked the question, would anybody miss us if we were gone? That's been a big part for us as a company, is to just get involved in our local communities to help make a difference. And Sky High being in a partnership with Camp Strong, where their kids are going through a hard time. So that's something they do great for us in Tulsa. The people that work at Vital Energy have really embraced the cause as well, and they show up and volunteer. I couldn't be prouder of what we've been able to do as a company.
I think Sky High is a super valuable part of our family because they help fund the research for immunotherapy, which I went through, and I think that's an amazing thing because it'll help a lot of children get through their treatments. It can inspire a lot of people. I just think they're an amazing organization. How does it feel now, looking at me years later, cancer-free?
There's a lot of pride in a sense, where obviously I didn't cure you, I didn't do anything, but just going through that with you and seeing how beautiful you are now and how strong you are as a person and how much you've just developed and grown. It's like, dang, that's my little sister. Like, she's a rock star. Not many people can say, oh, I had cancer, and looking at you, you wouldn't know that you went through that as a child. And I think that's what makes you so strong and what is so amazing. In just every way, you flourish. So, just very proud to be your sister.
When we started, immunotherapy was, again, the cutting edge, new technique, and now it's something that can really make a difference and just give people more hope. So we're proud to partner with Sky High.
It's the importance of the mission of Sky High because of people before us who had raised the money, who had done the research, who had put the time in. You're benefiting those in the future. It's going to touch your life in some way.
If I could sit down with the 3-year-old me, I would just want to tell her that everything's going to be okay and that she's going to be an inspiration to a lot of people.